Hello everyone and welcome to another development update for Shadow Heroes Vengeance in Flames. We get behind the scenes access to all the things we're currently working on the game. So last Friday we worked on a number of things, one of which was an update to the user interface that I've been promising to show you for a little bit now, and you'll have to wait just one more day while it finalizes its implementation. We have new graphics for it. We fixed the crash that was happening. So essentially what was happening was when you had a unit selected and it died, the game was still looking for that unit's health and all of its stats, even though it was deleted, so it was crashing. But that was an easy enough fix, more along the lines of it wasn't behaving the way that it was expected to behave, but we found a workaround and it's all good now. So on top of that, we also did a different type of image. Generally, you have concept artists think of things and draw them up, and it ends up being great and fantastic. But we had something very specific that we needed created for our Kickstarter video. And essentially, rather than having everything done over and over and over and over again, like 5-6 iterations to get that perfect thing, we have the 3D asset. A lot of them anyway. So what we wanted to do, and what we ended up doing anyway, was creating a Paintover, which is a different type of concept art, or rather a different type of artwork. And it stylizes it a bit more. Mostly just to keep things together into the same look and feel, so it's all consistent with other artwork that we already have. So we created this scene. So this scene is the Great Northern Line, or rather it's the Great Wall of the Northern Line. And essentially what was happening was, back before the Great Rift, so before Hendrika was a floating continent in the air, there were hordes of barbarians coming across the desert lands, trying to invade this area because God knows why. They were driven there, or they're seeking to pillage, and nobody really knows why. But the Sorcerer Kings, who were in charge at the time, basically they were trying to protect everyone. So they created this massive wall and these giant magical towers. So they were the first line of defense, and essentially the last line of defense of protecting the nation from these barbarian hordes. So that's kind of the idea of what this was, and these are very massive. Like, that's the size of a door. Right? So we're talking huge types of towers here. So this is kind of the idea of what was created. Now, the painting itself was supposed to be of the barbarian hordes attacking the Great Wall. So we essentially set up a little scene where you see something similar to this. I think it's something like that angle. And basically just being painted over top of it. And we do a lot of different things to it and kind of flush it out, throw some magical artwork and stuff like that on top of it. Other than the rendering stuff here, the 3D stuff, everything painted over top of it's done by Eric. He's the concept artist behind it. So I'm going to bring that up for you, and this is what the finalized image actually looked like. So you can see on it there is quite a bit of additions, a lot more stylization, some extra highlights and stuff. Really added to it and picks things up. The lighting is exaggerated a little bit more, just to really emphasize the scene a lot more than it actually is with the lighting that we currently had in it, which is easier to do because our lighting has to come from a specific angle. So it's coming from the top left to the bottom right, so you can actually see all the bricks and everything. But in this other scene, it's actually backlit a lot stronger. And from the back and right, you can see you get all these different highlights and different things inside of here, which it's not a natural lighting, but it's used to great effect inside of this image, mostly just because we can. It's not supposed to be a one-to-one representation of everything that is completely and utterly right. We also have different things set up that are shooting out pieces of magic and energy because it's completely a magical nation. And yeah, so the image came out really well. It's going to be used as part of a an intro or a teaser cinematic or not really cinematic, but a little teaser video for the game to kind of get people interested in the lore and knowing exactly what's going on. A little bit along the lines of what you guys know now, but it goes into a lot more detail. So that's kind of where we stand right now. Today we're going to be working on getting a lot more stuff up and running. I'm going to be rendering out different pieces of video and other things, so hopefully we'll be able to show you some of that as well. And yeah, so that's where we stand. If you like these types of videos, send us a thumbs up on YouTube or a comment and tell us what you like and what you want to see. I've had some people asking for different ways of doing things if they're working on their own game projects, so I have no problem helping with them either. I do a little bit of everything, so I can answer your questions directly about programming or modeling, particle effects, that type of stuff, without much issue at all. And if there's something that I don't know, I can ask another member of the team and get them to answer as well, because there's lots of different things. So yeah, let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you're expecting, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.